This podcast is brought to you by Enlightening Learners Academic Coaching and Tutoring Services.
Today we're going to learn how to express numbers in scientific notation. Some guided questions. Apologize for these being so small. Explain why base 10 problems, that is 10 raised to some power, are easy to complete. What determines if you move the decimal to the right and the left? And finally, how do you change base 10 powers into decimals and change decimals into base 10 powers? Alright, so we have 5.75 times 10 to the fourth, which really means 5.75 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. Okay, well, because they're base 10s, it just tells us we have to move our decimal. In this case, we're going to move our decimal 4 places to the right, and I know it's going to be 4 places because my power is a 4. So at 5.75, we just start counting 4 places. 1, 3, 4, and our new number is there. 557,500. Okay, so 7.41 tells me that I have to move my decimal point 1 place to the right, which it's going to become 74.1. 3.90 times 10 to the 0 power is really 3.99 times 10 to the first. 3.99 times 10 to the 0 is really 3.99 times 1, because anything raised to the 0 power is 1. So my answer just stays at 3.99. And 8.663 times 10 to the fourth, we have to move our decimal 4 places to the right. I'm just going to add 1, 2, 3, and I need another place value. So I'm going to add a 0 in that spot. And my new number becomes 86630. Alright, now when our powers are negative exponents, means our number is going to get smaller than it currently is. So we need to move our decimal 2 places to the left. In this case, 1, and I need a 0 to fill in that spot, so my new number becomes 0.0324. In this case, I'm moving it 5 places to the left, and I'm going to need to add zeros, 4 of them, to account for all of the empty spaces. It becomes 0.000091. And finally, in this one, I'm going to move it 1 place to the left, so it becomes 0.56. So in short, move the decimal to the right or to the left until you have a number that is greater than or equal to 1. Make sure you count the number of decimal points, and the number of positions you count is related to the exponent. Now if we want to convert this to a decimal, it currently doesn't have decimal, so we know that the decimal point is behind this. In scientific notation, we want to have one number followed by a decimal point by 2 digits. So in this case, I'm going to move it 1, 2, 3. I started with a number that's greater than 1, so my powers are going to be positive, and it's 1.04, and I move my decimal place 1, 2, 3 places, so it becomes 1.04 times 10 to the third. Because my number is greater than 1, I move it 1. I don't need to move it any place. So this just becomes 2.5 times 10 to the 0 power. Note that I haven't moved it any place. Since my number is less than 1, I know that my decimal equivalent is going to be negative. 1, 2, 3, 4 places. Becomes 4.95 times 10 to the negative 4th power. So just remember that if I have a number that's less than 0, and I need to convert it to scientific notation, because it's less than 0, my powers are going to be negative. And in this case, I'm going to move it 1, 2, 3, 4 places. Becomes 3.0 times 10 to the 4th power. If I have a number that's greater than 1, one, 2, 3, 4. My new number is 2.82 times 10 to the 4th power.